Hello, I'm Aston from Singing Surprise. We started in 2015, so we've been doing this for quite a long time now, and we've compiled some answers to some FAQs, some frequently asked questions, things that we get asked all the time, and we thought we would just share them with you today. So, I'll start by saying that no two bookings are the same. Everything that we do is customizable, is changeable, but we'll talk you through a typical day for a typical booking, but anything I say can be changed in the details of your event. So, we arrive before your guests arrive. We normally talk to the venue about 3 or 4 weeks in advance before each booking. We discuss with them the timings, logistics, when we're going to come in, where we're going to set up, what uniforms to wear, all that sort of stuff. We do that in advance, behind the scenes, with the venue directly. Then on the day itself, we tend to arrive nice and early before the guests come, set up our PA system, do a sound check, make sure everything's perfect from a tech point of view before any guests arrive. Then before the guests arrive as well, we get dressed into our uniforms, so we can dress as waiters or one of our other scenarios, which I'll talk you through in another video. And we help to serve canapes and drinks, whatever you've got going on at the start of the day. Then moving into the meal, it's usually the case that it's starters, main course, then we do the surprise and then the desserts. So we would help serve the starters, help serve the main course. We then do our surprise show, and then we've got the dessert as a means of sitting guests back down in time for your speeches. Of course, if your day is planned differently to that, if you've got your speeches at the start, or if you're not having a starter, anything like that, everything's customizable, but a typical booking is something like that. It's starters, main course, surprise show, and then the dessert. So typically we do about 30-minute show, which is about 6 to 8 songs. We can do less or more, it doesn't affect the cost. The cost is the same regardless of the set length. But yeah, in the past we've done 1 or 2 songs, some people prefer that, and we can do anything up to a 45-minute show, which is around 10 or 12 songs depending on the songs you choose. But yeah, an average booking, a typical booking is 30 minutes, 6 to 8 songs. The short answer is we can perform pretty much anything you want, but there's a list of recommendations that we have that we send out called our sets and songs list. Now this is just a guide to help give you some ideas, and it's sort of broken down into different styles and genres. By no means is it set in stone, so you can choose one set or a different set. You can choose different songs from different sets and mix them together to make your own set, and you can add in requests for songs that aren't on those set lists, so pretty much anything you want. Keep in mind that you don't have to choose the entire set. We know what works well, we know what your guests will love and what will get everyone up on their feet, so by all means you can just leave it to us. But if you do have any recommendations, we ask that those are with us 4 weeks before the event date. So we offer lots of different scenarios. By far the most popular one, which I'm sure you've seen by now, is the singing waiters. So that's where we are dressed the same as the resident staff with our ties and our aprons, or whatever it is your venue wear, we'll wear the same to blend in. And then, yeah, we're there for the afternoon. We blend in as staff, help serving drinks and food and things until the point that we start the act. There's a few different options on the reveal. It can be anything from a speech where the waiter might say, "It's my first day working here," or "My last day working here." We can customise this. We'll talk to you in advance and we'll customise it to suit your tastes. Or it can be the ever popular sort of trip and fall, the pretend trip where we have a tray of cutlery, fall over, make a big crash. And then we stand up, the music starts. So we never really draw that out too long. It's nice and short and fun. It's just a means of getting everyone's attention. So yeah, singing waiters is by far the most popular one, but there are other options as well. So you can have a singing chef, which works quite nicely alongside a singing waiter, although you can do it on its own. So say for example you've got 2 singers, you can have a singing waiter who starts the show, and then a chef joins, comes out the kitchen, bursts in to see what all the commotion's about, and they join the act as well. It's really good fun. It's worked nicely over the years. Okay, moving on, we have singing police. This is something we started doing about 5 or 6 years ago, and it's grown in popularity big time, to be honest. It gets requested quite a lot. So yeah, the principles of the act are the same. So from the point we start the music and go into the act, it's the same no matter what scenario you choose. But for the police, it's all about grabbing attention, a little bit of shock factor and a bit of fun. We'll come in dressed in our police uniforms. We've got proper legitimate police uniforms that really look the part. And we come in looking for, we don't tend to just choose at random. It'll be pre-chosen, pre-dealt with you, and we'll choose whichever guest you want us to go to, Uncle Derek or Auntie Sue, and we'll talk to them about, it can be anything. It could be, did you fill up your car with fuel and forget to pay, or your car's been damaged in the car park, or a tax form, or we can just make up something silly. It's all quite light-hearted and fun. It's not there to make anyone feel uncomfortable. It's just a fun means of starting the act. and usually just by wearing those sort of fluorescent police uniforms and walking into the room, that presence in itself is enough to get a bit of shock factor and get people, you know, talking about it. So the police one is really good fun, and yeah, it's another way to go if you're interested in a surprise but you're looking to do something different to a singing waiter. Next up, we have the pizza delivery guy, or a Deliveroo driver. This is another popular option that's really grown in popularity over the last couple of years. So in essence, again, the surprise itself, the show is exactly the same, but we would come in with, you know, Deliveroo baseball cap and the jackets, and we've got the proper food bags and things, so we really look the part. And we come in and we're looking for any particular member of your guests who's ordered the Deliveroo. So we typically do that towards the end of the meal, obviously, and it's as if they've sat and had their starter and their main, and then they've ordered themselves a pizza. It's all a bit of fun. But yeah, we come in with all the things, and we look for them to start it, and then as we start the music, instead of a pizza in the box, it's a microphone, and we go into the act from there. It's really good fun, and it works really well. Okay. Next up is workman. So an undercover workman is a really popular one. We've done this for a lot of corporate clients in a lot of offices, as well as at weddings. So we can be full sort of high-vis and hard hats. We come into your wedding, and it can be all sorts of things. It can be with a step ladder saying, oh, that light fixture just needs to be fixed. I'm just gonna have to move this chair, move this table. Again, it's not about, we don't draw any of these out for too long. It's usually a minute or two at the most. It's just a means of getting everyone's attention. So we would come in and, oh, this light on the wall here needs fixing, or this isn't quite right, or that chair's got a wonky leg, or we need to fix this table. It's just something silly that some workmen would need to come in the room for. It's enough to get everyone's attention, and then we go into the act from there. It's all good fun. So next up, we have undercover guest. Now this is a bit more of a quirky one, and it's a lot of fun. It's usually done with a team of at least 2 singers. You probably want at least 2, if not more, for this one. You can do it as a soloist, but it works better with 2. So perhaps myself and a female member of the team would come as a sort of a pretend couple to your wedding. We would attend the ceremony. We don't have to, we could attend the meal, or you don't have to sit and have a meal if you don't want us to, of course. And we're just there to blend in. So we blend in as if we know you from work or from college or from school or something. And we integrate with all your guests. We have a chat. We sort of make up some funny backstories just to sort of get us in. We make a few things up and see what we can get away with, just having fun. Nothing to raise too much suspicion, but just enough to sort of spread around the room and make sure everyone's talked to us at some point, and then we go into the act from there. So that can be whenever you want it to be. Again, typically it's after the meal, but it can be whenever you want, and that's just a means of, it's just a good fun way of integrating with all your guests before we go into the surprise show. It works really well, and it's really good fun. So the last one to mention is having a surprise performance without any kind of guise. So you don't have to have a singing waiter or a singing policeman if you don't want to. We can just arrive as professional singers in our suits and dresses and just give a surprise performance. It's happened, we've done this many times over the years, and it does work really well. This is probably ideal for someone who's seen what we do, loves the idea of a high energy show, but doesn't want to do the singing waiter thing because they've seen it before. So yeah, we would just come in, we can start the show, it's great fun, we get everyone up on their feet, but there's no sort of preamble, there's no novelty reason for being there as a waiter or as a workman. It's just us as performers walking in and giving an amazing performance to get all your guests up on their feet and creating some wonderful memories from your day. So, as you've probably seen, we offer an additional evening set. So this is essentially the same professional performers returning later in the event to give a second or third live show. So obviously by this point we're no longer singing waiters, the surprise part is done, but we go away, dress in our suits and dresses, and we come back during the evening to give an additional live performance. So this is just a load of up-tempo party classics, a brilliant way of getting your guests up on their feet and keeping them on the dance floor for the evening. This show is typically 60 minutes, although that's customizable as is everything. But yeah, it's just about us coming back for a second or third set and giving a load more energy and getting all your guests up on their feet for an evening performance. So we offer a few optional extras. By far the most popular is the addition of a live sax player. This is something you may have seen on our social media. We've been doing this from day one, really. It's a really sort of exciting way to add some energy and another sort of pinch of wow factor to your singing surprise. We have a live sax player join the act. It doesn't matter if you've chosen waiters or delivery or whatever scenarios you go for. It's a sort of another way of just adding in some fun and some energy and getting your guests up on their feet, enjoying themselves. Sax players are the most popular, but we also offer live guitarists, live violinists. We can have dancers. We have teams of dancers come in and join the act, and this is just another way of getting your guests up on their feet. Another popular optional extra is the addition of a DJ. So this is just the perfect way to sort of complete all of your entertainment needs from one supplier. We can offer our singing surprise service during the afternoon, a live show in the evening, and then to piece it all together and mean that you've got a continual flow of entertainment and music, we can add our DJ service. And another optional extra we offer is the addition of a live band for your evening show. So you may have had your surprise show during the afternoon, you might want to add a live show from the same singers in the evening, and what better way to sort of complement their performance and boost it even more than to add live instrumentation to the evening. So we can offer a full live band service with drums, bass, guitar, keyboard, saxophone, whatever you want. So it's pretty much customizable. Just talk to us about your needs and we can go from there. So we keep the booking process as simple as possible. So in order to book, there's a very short questionnaire we send over to you. We need you to fill that out and send it back to us. It's just confirming things like your name, the event address and the date of the event. And then we'll send over all the booking form completed alongside an invoice. We ask for a £50 deposit just to secure the date and put your name on the date in our calendar. You don't then need to do anything until 2 weeks before the event date. So the balance to be paid isn't due until 2 weeks before the event date. We'll talk to the venue in the background in the meantime, get everything planned accordingly. And the only other thing you want to do, if you have any song requests, is send them over to us in the meantime. That's it, nice and simple.